Welcome to Minerva. This reading is about accountability and control. You're dealing with someone who has a very strong avoidant pattern and a compulsive need to control. This person is a Four of Pentacles in a collapse, meaning they were stable, but now their foundation is failing. Emotionally, financially, spiritually, something is not holding. And instead of releasing, they're gripping tighter. This is somebody who does not look within. They don't reflect, process, or sit with themselves long enough to understand why they do what they do. Instead, they move outward, they blame outward, they react outward, everything is external. They're also isolated because they've pushed people away trying to control everything. Now, this is someone who wanted control over the connection with you. They want to keep it and manage it even though it's toxic. And it feels like a trauma bond. And what's most dangerous is they don't want to fix their issues. They just want to control you. Think, I don't want to lose you, but I also don't want to change. And the problem here is this person lives in duality. They're showing up as the Two of Pentacles in distortion. They juggle stories, they juggle narratives. They can be one version with you and completely different version with other people. There's gossip and distortion here because if they control the narrative, they never have to face the truth. This reminds me of the story of the scorpion and the frog. Like, the scorpion asks the frog to carry it across the river. The frog hesitates because it knows the scorpion stings, but the scorpion says, if I sting you, we'll both drown. So the frog agrees, and halfway across the river, the scorpion stings the frog anyway. As they both begin to drown, the frog asks, why would you do that? And the scorpion says, I couldn't help it. It's in my nature. The moral of the story is to take someone for who they are. Don't believe the scorpion won't sting because they said so. But this situation is worse because this isn't just about nature. This is about a lack of accountability. This type of person won't just sting you. They'll blame you for drowning. They'll say, you should have known better. You made me do it. This is your fault too. This is what avoidant energy looks like in its lowest expression. They cannot sit with guilt. So instead of processing it, they project it. Instead of taking responsibility, they rewrite reality. Because if everything is your fault, they never have to change. This is the classic textbook example of DARVO. Deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. Is what Ted Bundy did when he said his victims were naive and stupid for being so trusting. So if you don't know who that is, Ted Bundy is notorious for wearing a fake cast or using crutches to lure women into helping him. In addition to blaming the women, he also blamed the mature audience-only media. He never owned his malice. In criminal psychology, this is often called external locus of control. These individuals cannot handle the ego hit of being a bad person. So to survive their own reflection in the mirror, they must dehumanize the victim, pathologize the action. An example would be them saying it's a sickness or a demon, not them. And lastly, they would attack the accuser. Now, this unrepentant scorpion is moving into chaos. They are experiencing conflict and drama and illusion, but they're addicted to chaos. For them, this is exciting. This is emotional euphoria tied to dysfunction. This is the difference between healing and stimulation. Some people would rather feel chaos than feel themselves. And more than likely, they grew up in a chaotic home, so it feels familiar. But here's where it shifts. Because the final energy is structure, truth, accountability, and this is not something that they choose. This is something they're forced into because at some point patterns catch up, consequences catch up, and narratives stop working. This is the moment where the scorpion realizes it didn't just harm the frog. It destroyed its own survival too. However, there is no redemptive arc because they will remain defiant until the end. That reminds me of a hospice nurse who would try and connect estranged children to the parents who was going to pass. So this nurse actually started speaking, it was on TikTok, because of the whole debacle that Oprah had aired regarding the parents that were saying their they don't know why their kids don't talk to them. And it was a huge, I don't want to say huge event, but it kind of went viral on TikTok because a lot of children were saying, no, those parents know, or these are the things my parents put me through. I have no contact. I have nothing to do with them, et cetera, et cetera. And so this hospice nurse gave her opinion based on her experience. And she was saying that she thought she was doing the right thing because these parents, they're in hospice. It's close to their time to go. And they were trying to supposedly make amends and give their children closure before the end. So she's thinking, okay, we're going to try and reach out to the children so that they can get some closure and say goodbye to their parents, only for her to witness the parents hurting their estranged children right before their eternal departure. She was left shocked. The parents, even in the end, still couldn't humble themselves or let go of the need to control, overpower their children. She understood why some children refused to make the connections to their parents despite the circumstances. She also realized some parents didn't want to make amends. They wanted to feel an upper hand or control. Now, getting back to you were never meant to carry something that was designed to hurt you. You were never meant to prove your worth to someone who avoids their own reflection. You have every right to walk away, even when no one else will understand. And some people don't change when they hurt you. They change when their behavior finally costs them everything. And then you have those few, just like this unrepentant scorpion, who will never change and will drown with their fragile ego intact. Overall, hopefully you can take something out of this and you can realize that it's okay to walk away. It's okay to shield yourself and protect yourself from those who are unwilling to change for the better because they refuse to reflect due to their own ego. Thank you so much for listening and stay safe.